Hello there, this is Gary Norris. I'm so grateful to be here with you for a little bit today. I'm grateful for you taking the time to be on this podcast. Big thank you to Amy Walker and her program with Accelerated University. I just really find it an honor to even be part of this expert summit because I look at myself usually as the person that's going out to these webinars and these summits myself to glean from the experts. And to have me on here for a few minutes, to spend 3 or 4 hours with you today. I'm just kidding, but to spend, a good 25, maybe 30 minutes tops with you today is a real pleasure for me. It's a treat for me, and it's something I really look forward to, and I hope you'll get some value out of this. We're going to be talking a lot about really unleashing the power of the mind. That's what I mean by unleashing the rebel entrepreneur within. And we'll talk about that a little bit. I have a wife named Carolyn. Carolyn and I have been married for 26 years now. We have three wonderful children. We've experienced a lot of good, a lot of sorrow, a lot of happiness, a lot of stress, a lot of financial meltdowns, relationship meltdowns. We've stuck through it and we've come out on the better end of things, and life is just fantastic right now. And we just want to share a little bit of our life with you, and I will do that today in the form of helping you unleash the rebel entrepreneur that is within you. So we'll get this thing rolling real quickly, and see if we can't have a good conversation. So, um, first of all, I want to start out by just asking you a question. And the question is, and I want you to think about this. What is the primary cause of the results that you're getting in your life? What is the primary cause of your results? Is it the fact that you work hard? Is it your knowledge, your education? Well, I'm here to suggest that it's your attitude, that it's really your attitude that controls everything in your life. And if that's true, that it controls everything in your life, I need to not just say it, I need to prove it to you. So I'm going to show you mathematically that this is true. What does it mean to give 100%? I want to ask you that question. You're going to be surprised when you find the answer to this. You may have seen this before. If the alphabet A through Z could be represented as numbers, which is 1 through 26, meaning A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, and so on, and Z is 26. Well, if you can make that representation, then what does it mean to give 100%? Well, hard work doesn't get you there. Hard work gets you 98% of the way there. Knowledge, it doesn't get you there either. Knowledge gets you 96% of the way. But what does get you there? That's right, it's your attitude. Your attitude makes up 100% of your results. So you might be asking, yeah, but what about those people that say they give 110%? That's the attitude plus more, right? Well, I'm here to say that's not true. That's just full of bull, those kind of people. The attitude is 100%. Or maybe it's the brown noser at work or in the school. They're say they give more than 100%. That's not true either, because technically, with mathematical certainty, hard work and knowledge will get you close, but it's your attitude that will get you there. And that's the truth. Now, it may be a lighthearted way to approach that, but let's look at it in a more serious way. What is attitude? Well, it's a summation of your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, all of that circled into one whole. Your thoughts, your feelings, your actions make up your attitude. And if that's the case, then here's a question. How is your attitude? How is your attitude, and how are you showing up in life based upon your attitude? Before we go into that, I want to take a minute and just pause and let you know, uh, we think in pictures. For example, if I say, think of your car, I say that to myself, and I'm thinking of my green Dodge Durango sitting outside in the driveway. I see it. I don't see the word CAR in my mind. I see a picture of a car in my mind. If I was to ask you, what does your mind look like? What picture are you seeing on the screen of your mind when you think of your mind? Now, some people, when you ask them that, including myself when I learned this, I was thinking of like a jar in a laboratory somewhere at a medical center with a brain in it. And that's not your mind, that's your brain. Well, hopefully it's not your brain in a jar in a laboratory. But when you think of your mind, what do you think of? And this is important to talk about because if your attitude is everything and causing your results, let's drill down into that and let's give you a picture of what your mind would look like, okay? So your mind is represented by this graph, which I know Bob Proctor teaches this, Leslie Householder teaches this, who I've learned this from. I think Thurman Fleet, I'm not sure, like 100 years ago, kind of created this concept. But if you look at your body and your mind separately in this image, whereas your mind is consisting of two things, it's your conscious mind as well as your subconscious mind. Well, your conscious mind is your thinking mind. Your thinking mind is where the thoughts come into and enter. Then your emotional mind is your subconscious mind. So really, as you choose your thoughts and you think about those thoughts, the thoughts you choose spur feelings within you. And your feelings cause you to have your body go out and act. Your feelings are expressed in actions. You could feel anger and act out in anger towards someone. You can feel happiness and act out in love, in joy. Your actions produce what then? Your actions produce your results. So think about this for a moment. It's your thoughts. The thoughts you choose to emotionalize turn into actions which you act on to create the results you're getting in your life. Now I'm here to tell you, to propose, that maybe it's important to take care of your mind. No one's going to believe in you as much as you should believe in yourself. And this is glaringly true if you just look at a few examples on the screen. Walt Disney lost his job at a newspaper for lacking ideas. He filed bankruptcy multiple times, and he did that all before he built Disneyland. Vince Lombardi was told that he possessed minimal football skills or knowledge and that he lacked motivation. In fact, Beethoven handled the violin awkwardly and he preferred playing his own compositions instead of improving his technique. His teacher called Beethoven a hopeless composer. And then look at Michael Jordan. Why did Michael Jordan go home, lock his bedroom door, and cry himself to sleep in high school? Because his high school basketball coach cut him from the team. Now imagine if you were that high school basketball coach and then later you saw what Michael Jordan did and became of himself. And what if Michael Jordan or any of these people listened to what other people were saying about them? What if they listened to that? They didn't. They listened to their own mind. They learned to hone in and create their own genius, which you can do too. Now I'm going to talk about this. Is going to be interesting. I want you to get a piece of paper out. We're not going to do the whole exercise right now, but this is important to do right now. You can click pause, go find yourself a sheet of paper, and when you get your sheet of paper, you're going to turn it sideways, just like you see on the screen. And on the top, on the left side, you're going to write passions, and on the top, on the right side, you're going to write the word expertise. And just leave a lot of room on the bottom. Just divide your paper in half, write passions on the top, expertise on the top, on the left and on the right, and then you're going to have a whole lot of blank page underneath there. So this is what you have to do right now, because I want you to get started, and then this isn't going to be a one-day deal or a do it right now deal. This is going to be a 7-day commitment that you're going to make. And the fact that you're watching this right now is a commitment enough that tells me that you're going to do this. And you're going to do it for 7 days. I did this for 7 days. Actually, it was John Lee Dumas who kind of told me about this as I was watching one of his podcasts. And he is the guy that came out with this great book, Entrepreneur on Fire. And his podcast is zipped to #1 in Apple downloads on iTunes in not even 2 years. I think it's been about 2 years since he started his podcast, Entrepreneur on Fire. We'll talk about this in a minute too. But in that he has like 500,000 downloads a month, and it came from a guy who had nothing experience-wise in entertaining or podcasting or anything like that. So you get your sheet of paper. You're going to write passions on one side, expertise on the other, and then for 10 minutes today, not now, but for 10 minutes today, carve out some time, and I want you to write down as many things as you can think about that are a passion of yours. Just write them on that side of the paper. And then write down as many things as you can think of that are an expertise that you have, and write that down on that side of the paper. Do it for 10 minutes. Don't let anything that comes to mind is good to put down on the paper. Just put it down on the paper. If you think you're expert at changing your oil, I'm not. Maybe you are. Write it down. Cooking, watching kids, schooling, baking, connecting people, good at blogging, whatever it is that you're good at, expertise wise, write down, and whatever your passions may be, write that down also, your passions. And now, as you do this today, that's you doing it. But the next 6 days is not you doing this. The next 6 days is you contacting other people for at least 10 minutes a day for 6 days and asking them to tell you what they think your passions are from their experience of you, and then what they think your expertise is from their experience of you. You should do this. Ask your children, ask your spouse, ask coworkers, ask your neighbors, ask people that go to your local church, ask your, anyone that knows you. This is a hard exercise to do just because it may feel awkward asking people to give you this kind of feedback. But this is important because when you get this feedback, you're going to find something out. You're going to find what your passions are, you're going to find what your expertise is, and you're going to notice something. You're going to notice that sometimes your passions blend into and roll over and overlap into your expertise. And you have expertise in areas that blend over and roll into your passions, and you'll find them on the same list. You'll find something on the expertise side that is also on the passion side, vice versa, crossing back and forth. And as you find those things, you need to hone in on those and create a new list. A new list, because what you have found is your genius zone. You have found your genius zone. When you find things that you're passionate about and things that you have expertise on, and you can blend those together, not only is it your genius zone, but this is where you find your genius and realize maybe you can do something and turn it into a monetized opportunity, maybe a career, maybe a part-time income, maybe a hobby that turns into something great, and maybe you just get pure joy out of it. And doing things that bring you pure joy increases your positivity level, and you become a better person in all aspects of life. So as you do this, and I did this, don't be worried if you go online and search and say, oh, I found out that I have a passion for computer blogging. I'm a great blogger, and that's a passion of mine. And you find out that you really have a good expertise in fiddling around on Google Hangouts and stuff like that, of which I will say was a very big chore for me the last few days, just trying to figure out how to put this presentation on this program so you can watch it right now and see me at the same time and have the things available that I wanted to have available. Took me like a 40-hour journey of finding out how to do this. So it's not really an expertise of mine. Maybe it is of yours, though. And when you do some Google searches on things, when you find my expertise is here and my passion is here, and they match, go do some research and find out what opportunities are out there. Maybe you want to be a blogger and get paid to blog. And as you do that, or maybe you want to, maybe you love pets, and yet you find that, I don't know, whatever's out there. I have a friend up in Idaho who, he found out that he was really good at internet stuff, but he didn't really have a passion to like sell anything, but he found out his wife did, and his wife had a passion for the little vinyl lettering that there's a machine, I think it's called a Cricut vinyl machine, where you can create letters and stencils and they're in vinyl, and it's little home decor type things. Well, he blended his wife's passion with his expertise in internet marketing and her expertise or her passion in these vinyl Cricut things, and they created a company called Vinyl Expressions, or expressionsvinyl.com, I'm not sure which. Started out in his basement while he was going through the meltdown of the construction boom that ended in 2008. And in 2010, his basement business that he started creating him a six-figure income, where today he's in a warehouse with a half a dozen employees, and it's $1 million business for him. And all he does is sell sheets of vinyl on the internet. Little sheets of vinyl, like 3 sheets for $5. That's what he does. Or maybe it's 3 sheets for $3. I don't know what it is. All I know is he found it. And if you go out there and find it and you find out, my gosh, oh man, someone's already doing it, and you got a big frowny face and your mind is broken and you're not positive, don't worry about that. That's a good sign. Why is it good? It's a signal that something is working. I have a passion for helping entrepreneurs take action and become better. Well, when I heard of John Lee Dumas and his Entrepreneur on Fire, and his podcast that has 500,000 downloads a month, that did nothing but fire me up inside, because I'm creating a podcast that's called The Rebel Entrepreneur. It could be just so similar to what John Lee Dumas is doing, interviewing successful business people and entrepreneurs and getting them in a 30-minute interview and putting it up on a podcast. Well, I'm doing that very same thing. I'm just tweaking it, make it me, and I'll have a super amount of success that I'll be satisfied with. It's good when you find other people doing what you're doing or what you may want to do, because it tells you there's a market for it. So keep that in mind, because you are a genius at work. You are a genius in process. As you find your genius, you can learn how you can turn your genius zone into a monetization factory. You could take your passions and your expertise and learn how to monetize that or create a business from that. That is a rebel entrepreneur right there. That is someone who's taking action, finding their heart strengths as passions, finding what they're good at, blending them together, and putting your genius zone to work. So now that we've kind of got you into a genius zone, and we're going to talk about monetizing that, unleashing the rebel within, I want to talk about a couple things: financial freedom, residual income or business income, and leverage. And I love leverage. So I want to talk about these for just a few minutes. And before I go any further, what is financial freedom? I'm a real estate guy. I love real estate. I'm pretty good at real estate. I found out that it was something I was passionate about and something I was decent at. As I learn now, I learned a lot the hard way. I've lost 3 homes to foreclosure. I've got 10 years investing behind my belt or under my belt. But along the process of doing almost 100 deals, I learned some hard lessons, but I became good at it. And then I learned a few other things, and that is I could take advantage, which we'll talk about, not in my situation, but for you, tap rooting into systems that are better than yours that you can still monetize further. But I've got the next few slides from a company called Strongbrook, which you can probably see on your screen. And Strongbrook is a real estate investment company, and they're talking about residual income from cash flow from homes. But I just love the content of these next few slides. So it doesn't need to be real estate and homes. The question is, what is financial freedom? It's when your residual income exceeds your expenses. That's what financial freedom means to me. When your residual income is no longer underperforming your expenses in life. So who has the most financial freedom in this example? We have like right here, if we look at this and we have a physician and her income is $250,000 a year. Now, she has a 500,000 in assets, but she has 0 residual income. What happens to her if her job if she's displaced or disabled? Her income stops. Great income, but probably living a great lifestyle. Then you have the contractor who's got an $86,000 a year income. He has $1 million of raw land, but he has 0 residual income. That's great, a high net worth, but no cash flow. And then let's look at the school teacher. A $40,000 a year income as a school teacher. She has 10 rental properties that produce her $3,800 a month of residual income. Now, this could be a school teacher who makes $40,000 a year and has a side business where she's taprooting another system while she's got a full-time job that's producing this kind of an income, so she then can do one of two things. A, expand her business further and get out of the job she doesn't like, or be in a position to do the job she loves regardless of what she's getting paid for it. That's the power in this. So if you look at it that way, this is something I wanted to draw to your attention. That the true financial freedom isn't necessarily making a ton or having a bunch in the bank. It's really residual income. If you stopped working today, how long would it take you before you had to get back to work? That would be a good question. And residual income can help you do that. Let's talk about leverage real quick. Leverage. Whether you're leveraging real estate, well, there's only four ways, in my opinion, that you can do take great advantage of leverage, and that is A, real estate, or B, business. You can have other investments, intellectual property, for example. You could invent something and have a patent on it. Well, most people don't develop these things because it takes too much time, or they don't have the skills, the knowledge, the know-how, the money to do it. So let's look at leverage in a different way. And we look at leverage in this book, this graph is called the cash flow quadrant. There was a book called the Cash Flow Quadrant written by Robert Kiyosaki, who wrote Rich Dad Poor Dad. My favorite book that he's written is the Cash Flow Quadrant. And in that, he breaks it down into 4 quadrants. You could either be an E, an S, a B, or an I. E is employee. When you are, and by the way, Robert Kiyosaki teaches, let's not be on the left side of the quadrant. Let's get onto the right side of the quadrant, where wealth is created, where leverage is expanded upon. Keep in mind, leverage is being used in all 4 quadrants. It's just who's using the leverage, which is a question you want to ask yourself. You could be an employee and you have a job, and you are trading time for money. You're trading weeks for paychecks. Someone's leveraging, but you're the one being leveraged by your employer. You could say, well, I'm going to become self-employed then. I'll come down here and do what Robert Kiyosaki says, and I'm going to go start a business and get my own job. Excuse me, right here. Self-employed, well, you may find out that you're going to just own your own job. We'll talk about that in a minute too. It's not a system. You're just self-employed. You go out and start a carpet cleaning business, and you're not making money unless you're cleaning carpets, but it's your own business. Here's the key. Become a business owner. This is where you not only are in business for yourself, like a self-employed person, but you have a system in place, and the system works for you, and or people work for you. And as you create income and wealth in this area, you can taproot some of that money and that wealth down here to be an investor, where you can then participate on both sides of this equation. Something I just wanted to share with you. So both of that real quick. Let's talk about leveraging your genius zone. You're an entrepreneur, or you're a rebel entrepreneur. Let's look at this. So if you're just going to be a regular entrepreneur, and I'm just trying to make a distinction between what I think real entrepreneurship is and to what the rest of the world thinks entrepreneurship is, because it's both good. It's entrepreneurship. However, just something to think about. Okay, where did my screen go here? There we go. Some leverage, or it may cost too much. For example, you could leverage yourself into becoming an entrepreneur by being a carpet cleaner, or go out and open up your own chiropractic clinic, or become a podiatrist and start out on your own and you employ it, but you're making more money, but you're just kind of trapped to your job. Or some franchises are great opportunities, but you still may have bought yourself a job. You're leveraging some, but you're not maximizing your leverage. I have a friend in Boise, Idaho, who opened up a Quiznos franchise, and he tells me after I spent $160,000 to open up my Quiznos, I found out that that's what I paid to give me a job making sandwiches that I could pay me $50,000 a year for, because he didn't have enough money and business to have employees working there the whole time. He had to work there. And then there's a franchise of, you can buy a McDonald's, but that's $2 million, and you got to go to Hamburger University. So something to think about there. So then there's a rebel entrepreneur. This is where you can maximize leverage, or you can taproot a system. And when I mean maximize leverage, I'm telling you that is what I mean. My wife and I, our primary business, we spend literally $500 a year to taproot another business that we have at our disposal that we kind of have a business inside of their business, where our business inside their business really does all of our fulfillment, our sales, our marketing, the research and development, and we've just tapped into something that works fantastic. And it's a very professional thing that we love to do. It involves real estate, but what we have found is to really get out there. I mean, I don't have $1 million to go open up a restaurant. I don't have $100,000 to go start and launch a normal franchise or 100,000 plus. But nor would I want to myself. Other people would. But when I think that for hundreds of dollars, rather than tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars, but for literally hundreds of dollars, I could taproot into a system and maximize my leverage for my dollar and create an income that can far surpass what my friend makes working at Quiznos, or my other friend who works at a Batteries Plus and he owns 3 Batteries Plus locations. He's starting to get there, and it's taken him 10 years to get to the point where he no longer has to work. Good for him. We have ways which we help people that Carolyn and I work with that get into replacing their income so they don't have to work if they don't want to work in less than 1 year. And so I like to maximize my leverage, and I like to taproot into a system. And that's what I call the rebel entrepreneur zone. If you can get into the rebel zone, which is really finding a way to blend your passions and your expertise together, and maybe go out and taproot into another system, that is the power zone where you can truly set yourself up for a lot of success. Now, as a gift for you taking the time to be on this webinar or on this podcast, I really just wanted to let you know we do have a free gift for you. This book, Conversations with Visionary Leaders, or Entrepreneur on Fire, Carolyn and I were fortunately invited to participate this. We have one of the chapters in this book. The main author of this book is Barbara Corcoran. You may know Barbara Corcoran from Shark Tank on television, and she's the 60-year-old lady, or maybe a little older, that's got the white hair or the blonde hair, and she is a savvy business lady. She's like has billions of dollars of business under her belt. And she wrote the first chapter in this Entrepreneur on Fire book, and we are happy to be in this book. I want to give this as a free gift to you for your time. You just need to go to our website. It's getyourrebelon.com, where you can see there's a red button that says free gift. You can click the red button, and that will give you a download of this book. And the reason I'm giving you this book is this is a story of like 18 to 20 different entrepreneurs who are doing something besides complaining about wishing they were doing something. It's entrepreneurs who are out there taking a stand and saying, I am not settling for mediocrity. I may not like my job, and I'm doing something about it. Or I've got this great idea and I'm going to go for it, and I'm going to make things happen, and I'm going to create some financial blessings for me and my family. I'm going to help this pay for my kids to go to college. Whatever it is, start something. Unleash the rebel within you. A good way to get you started is by giving you a free copy of this book. Now you can find it on Amazon. I think it's like 17 bucks. They'll ship it to you probably for free. If you would like a free hard copy though, go to getyourrebelon.com, and rather than clicking on the free gift button, which you could, click on the Contact Us button and send me a message. Just click Contact Us and send me a message and say, hey, I was on the Accelerated University webinar series, and I want to get a hard copy of this, and I will send you a hard copy for free as my gift to you. And if you're also interested in what we do, as we taproot a real estate business where we help people invest in real estate, yet I don't do any of the work. Have a team of 200 that are doing the work where they actually go out and do real estate for thousands of people around the country. My business is twofold. I tap into them so they can help me do my real estate instead of me doing it now. Plus, I have a system in place where they have a system in place where I can refer potential clients to them, and the company will give them a free game plan consultation just to see what possible solutions or options may be there in the world of real estate investment for them. And I would offer this for you too as a gift. If you're interested in real estate, or maybe using real estate as a tool to to help bless and grow your wealth and maybe build for retirement, then there is a way to get a free game plan consultation. So when you're at getyourrebelon.com, just click. Um, you can click the button that says Stromberg, just click a message and send me a message, and we can get you some further information and a free consultation with that. So with that, I'm going to be wrapping things up, and really just want to really just tell you, Carolyn and I, we're here to serve you, and we love helping people, whether it's life success coaching, which my wife does, and she's amazing. To us, we have systems in place where we can do team building programs with people, help people launch a new business. If you don't have your own idea to go out there and entrepreneur away on, then we have a few things we could do to help you. We like matching people up, finding their passions, their expertise, blending them together, and helping you find something you want to do. Be happy to help you there. And for sure, just get a hold of us. Go to getyourrebelon.com and connect with us. We would love to connect with you. And with that, I hope this has been helpful for you. I appreciate you being here, and so much thank yous go to Amy Walker and Accelerated University. Thanks for having me here as well. And I wish you the best of success, and you go get your Rebel on.